Hey everyone, my name is Jonathan Brooke and this is Eyes Only. There is a strange thing that happens as you get closer to the moon. Its surface can appear like an optical illusion. If you are one of the few men who have descended to its surface, the experience is surreal. 10 miles away looks like 500 feet. NASA moonlanders were equipped with special guidance systems to help their pilots safely make the trip. In 1971, that illusion was being witnessed by Edgar and Alan Shepard, two Apollo astronauts in lunar orbit. They are aboard the lunar module named Antares. As they come over the target landing zone and prepare to descend, something goes wrong. The instrument panel in front of them lights up with a flashing abort signal. The computer guidance system is saying it is broken and has now been disabled. Both men sit there staring at the flashing light. A voice comes over their headset. It is a technician from Mission Control in Houston. He asks the men if they could try tapping the instrument panel. Mitchell taps the panel, and the light, it goes off. He takes a deep breath. A sense of relief rushes over him. They could not have really gone this far just to have to abort. Their moonwalk would be the difference between the end of the Apollo program and its success. If they fail, the U.S. would most likely shutter all future Apollo missions. The infamous Apollo 13 failure that the whole world watched was just barely 4 months ago. Mitchell made note of the incredible amount of psychological tension he was experiencing. He wondered if other astronauts before him had felt similar tension. As they prepare to continue, the light comes back on. The voice comes through again. It's telling them to try tapping the panel a little bit more. The theory is that a piece of solder has become loose and is now floating around causing problems. Mitchell agrees. He taps the panel, and a few seconds later another voice comes through, one slightly more agitated, asking if they had really tapped it hard enough. They had, and it had not worked. Their craft is broken. They sit there waiting for Mission Control to tell them what their next move is. As they wait, the moon's orbit pulls them away from the landing zone. This is Apollo 14, and they are orbiting the moon in a broken spacecraft. In a few minutes, they will be pulled to the dark side of the moon, where they will lose all radio communications for 2 hours. Mitchell calms himself by repeating the words "have faith" as they travel out of range and communications go silent. Back on Earth, a man named Don Isles receives a phone call at 2 a.m. He is awake because everything he has worked for has led up to this moment. He designed the system that had just failed. NASA needed him to figure out a workaround to end the abort protocol. The 27-year-old computer scientist is already in the instrument laboratory at MIT. He had been watching the coverage of the Apollo 14 mission on TV. It is now up to him to ensure that the rest of the world doesn't need to know things have gone wrong. They have 2 hours before the astronauts would be back in line for a second landing attempt. Isles creates a 62 keystroke code that will fix the computer, but there is a downside. Overriding the abort system means that there will be no warning to abort if anything goes catastrophically wrong. After 2 painstaking hours, Mitchell and Shepard are back into communication with NASA. Mitchell copies down the code on a sheet of paper. They will need to enter the sequence at the right times while they are landing for things to work. They would have to land without the guidance system, something that no one had ever done before. If this isn't enough, NASA alerts them to another problem. They are running out of fuel. The calculations show that even with a flawless landing, they will only have seconds to spare before running out of fuel. Taking the risk, both men prepare to land. As they begin the procedure for touchdown, the instrument panel lights up again with another warning. The landing radar is malfunctioning. The radar system allows the craft to gauge the proximity to the ground. The moon's surface is jagged and full of crevices. There's no way to visually assess the situation on descent because both men will be facing upward. Without this system, there is no way to have a safe landing. The most significant thing this radar does is ensure that they will land on flat ground. If the lunar module lands on an incline, it could tip over. It would take more than the two of them to turn it right side again. They would be trapped there until they ran out of oxygen and died. Both men look at each other. They know it's over. NASA has strict protocol about landing without radar. Mitchell, in frustration, shouts at the instrument panel. He yells at it to lock on. And it does. Just like that. Shepard looks at their location. It has locked on at the exact right spot. Right on the money, Mitchell radios to Houston. The welcoming words, "You are good for landing," come through the line. "Shoot for the moon," Shepard says, and they begin to drop. Apollo astronauts are known for staying cool under immense pressure. Take a listen to the final seconds of their landing. There is something about it that is worth noting. The composure and professionalism of these men is remarkable, especially knowing what they just went through and the uncertainty of what they are doing.
60 seconds. Very good. Okay, 50 feet down. 50 feet. We're in good shape, too. 3 feet per second. 40 feet. 3 feet per second. 30. 3 feet per second. Looking great. 20 feet. 10. 3 feet per second. Contact now. 2, stop. Brake. Pro. Auto. We're on the surface. Okay, we made a good landing. Roger, Antares. 413 plus 10,000. That was a beautiful one. Yeah, we're slightly off. We landed the slope, but other than that, we're in great shape. Yep. Right on the landing site.
For more stories like this, hit that like button and subscribe.